Hi, I'm Julia Stege, the magical marketer and the compiler of the anthology The Moment I Said Yes, stories of soul-led trailblazers turning purpose into a way of life. And I'm here with Dr. Tricia Working, who has contributed a chapter to our first volume called Held by Heaven: How to See the Sacred in Your Everyday Life. Thanks a lot for joining me, Dr. Tricia.
So happy to be here and be a part of this first anthology.
Well, let me ask you, what made you say yes to the moment I said yes anthology? What made you want to be a part of this?
Well, I loved the concept. I really did. And for me, I felt like it was an opportunity to share my experience. And when I was originally thinking of how how could I express what that meant, and then it all just started tumbling out. And
Mm,
so I had already been previously doing work about the what the chapter embodied in my life. And so when it started really coming forth, I just felt like I had to show people what for me being held by heaven meant. And so this was the perfect opportunity.
right. And for you, um, it really animals are a very, very big part of your life, and you can see that with the cats flanking you on either side. They're
And there's another
perfectly,
one.
oh, there's one in the middle too. There's others wandering around,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But you have actually you're a trailblazer. I mean, you wrote your own book over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
um, called the the Fur Agreements,
Yes.
which is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So what does it mean to you in this day and age to be a soul-led trailblazer and bringing new concepts of who animals are to us, to our
Well,
conscious?
that's a really great question. And my work started, well, it's been going on my whole life, but officially it came out when the book came out in 2012 with the the foundation of the idea of animals, consciousness, and spirituality.
Hmm.
And it had never before the field, that's what I consider it, that I really created the field because they had never been contained in that idea before. They'd been talked about and discussed, and mainly in the form of animal communication. But the whole idea of the triad had never been put together before my book.
Hmm.
And my book was actually channeled. So this is foundational work. And I'm so excited to do that because it brings together animals and humanity back into a new way again, where we're bridging the gap that was created for so many thousands of years, where originally, and I am not a biblical scholar, but back during the Bible times, God gave us dominion over animals,
Right,
but humanity started dominating the animals.
right.
And that was where the mistake and the breach happened. And my work has been about healing that breach and creating a kinship rather than domination and a brotherhood. And that's what my work's about. And it's about creating the sacred contracts, understanding the sacred contracts between animals and humans, and helping us understand the connection that we truly have with the animals. So,
Well, it's actually there's a twofold part of what you're writing in your chapter about, first of all, the this your story of how you came to know the animals they were more than just pets.
Yeah,
They were sent to you to help you through difficult times. And not just as a pet, but as you put it, as God showing up in fur, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
A good Southern girl, she follows what, the other people say, right? And this is
yeah.
the way it is, and this is what God is, and this is what religion is. And animals come, God showing up in fur wasn't really part of what they taught.
No. And that's the thing because we had pets my whole life. My mother raised dogs, poodles and shepherds, and I ended up with a collie and bloodhounds. And so dogs were my whole life. Um, and while I came from a very traditional Southern background, it was also very emotionally and physically abusive. And the dogs were my protectors, my healers, my teachers, and cats didn't even enter my life until my 25th year. And lo and behold, I later found out that cats were my whole heart. However, I never understood until my adulthood and the book came out that God had really sent them to me to be all those things. I just knew that they were always in my life from childhood on. It was just that because of, like you said, being a good Southern girl and being taught what God is to us, I never knew that in my search to be close to God, because I believed in God and I had faith, and I could never feel God.
Mhm.
Um, Yet I felt the love and the protection and the healing of the animals. And then later, a few years ago, I actually heard, however you want to apply that, God say to me, feel me in the fur of your animals. That is my love coming to you through them. And I went, oh my God, I do. Really, I do. I can. And that was my true experience of really knowing then, oh my God, that 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 was God showing me all along his real love for me, and I could experience it. And back in 2012, when I was writing the book and connecting with the divine, what I was shown was that all of a sudden my consciousness was flooded with the ideas and understandings finally that my whole life really had been given the lessons and the insights and the understandings through the memories then of my life with my animals. And all of a sudden, when I had not consciously had an awareness of what they were doing and giving and being and
Mhm.
sharing with me, then it all flooded and gave me everything I had not previously had. It gave me the language, it gave me the wisdom, the understanding of everything. My entire life with the animals and the lessons and understandings came through. And God shared with me then, this is what I want humanity to know from the animal kingdom, what I
Mhm.
want them to understand. And so that's how the book got written. And all of my work since 2012 has been a connection with God and with truth. And he said humanity will learn from the animals what they're not willing to learn for themselves yet.
Mhm.
And that's what's begun to happen. So,
So
yes,
you're
God
really like
showed
a
up.
trailblazer in the animal world. What, how does it feel, or what does it mean to you to be a soul-led trailblazer in these times? Bringing this message about animals and God coming through fur. And this time, I mean, there's so much rigidity, in so many ways around, what religion is the right one and who's got the real message and da 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 da, right?
Well, yeah. And I tell you, it's really an honor. It's not something I fear because I feel like I'm a shepherdess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about anyone having the right answer, though a lot of teachers and mentors believe that.
Yeah.
What I was shown is that for every teacher and leader, there are people who require their specific message, who are ready to hear their platform. That's what
Yeah.
their hearts and souls are ready for at that time. So it's not any right or wrong
Right.
way. There's plenty enough teachings for everybody. And it's also about where you are in your own growth and what you're ready to hear and listen to. And
Mm-hmm.
then as you move higher in your frequency and vibration, then you're really ready also for more and higher truth. And so it's about your own. And I don't use the word evolution anymore. It's more about um, involution and moving internally. So it's wherever you're ready and we're ready. Because, for example, I've had over 25 of my animals reincarnate back to me, sometimes 3 and 4 times. And yet there is one teacher who's well respected on the planet of animal communication, and she refuses to believe that animals will reincarnate back to you. And that's her truth.
Okay.
So I know differently. So
Yeah.
there's more than enough for everybody
Right. Right.
to learn from.
Right. Well, I feel like in a period of time where it's really a difficult time for many
Yeah,
people right now, and it's confusing. It seems a little wild or out of control or unpredictable what's going to happen. And these creatures are with us already.
yeah,
It's like there's what you're bringing forth is that there's access right now with what it
yes,
is, who is right there with you,
that's true.
already. And so you can look at them with a new eye, and your story helps to show um, the different ways that they came to you or how they helped you in those dark times.
Yes,
And
that's
so
true.
I feel that that's it's like a new possibility for the people who are reading this book.
That's true. And too, though, Julia, here's the beauty of my story. um, Not everyone in the world is animal hearted, okay? And that's all right. It's a shame because the animals offer so much to us. The good news, though, is the story is about, like I said in the tagline, seeing the sacred in the everyday.
Yes.
So it's not about only the animals, it's what is sacred to you. You know, do
Yeah.
you paint? Do you write? Do you um, knit or crochet or play the piano? What gifts or talents hold meaning for you? What is in your everyday life that lights you up or brings joy or peace or quiet to your soul? Is it your job or your family? What in your life is in your life, but that you're so surrounded with it, you don't notice it? That is also
Right.
sacred and divine.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's you want to call it the universe or God or source or whatever, my experience is that aside from what we were taught God is, with the new earth coming and anything that is related to spirituality, God no longer, the God doesn't want us to feel like it's all about religion. He wants
Right.
to be related. I mean, he wants to be relational and relevant. And so, however you want to see and bring and experience the divine in your life, that is how God or the divine wants to experience you. And it's all up to you. We're always at choice, and you can say, hey, I want the divine as a guide or a grandfather, or like I did, I used the movie The Shack for my experiences with Jesus and the whole divine notion. So I threw everything I'd been taught out the window and I created my own experience, and everyone can do that. So, how do you want to see the sacred? How do you want to experience the divine? You get to choose now. You're in charge. And that's the message. That's what I want to leave people after reading my story. It can be the animals, and they're my first choice, but they're not the only choice.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Tricia. So for the readers who dive into your chapter when our book comes out, who want to take your concepts a little further, do you have a little resource or tool or gift available to tell us
Absolutely.
about?
We have offered them the digital copy of my book, The Fur Agreements.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
my original publisher created that, and it will be available on my website that they can opt in for that.
Okay, great.
And they can learn everything that they would like to know. And it's the beginning of a trilogy. So um, I hope they love it. And the
We'll stay
promise I
tuned.
make is that once they read my book, they will never see animals in the same way again. And so far, nobody has ever disproven that.
Yes. Well, yes. Thank you so much. It's really beautiful, Dr. Tricia, and thank you for your generosity in offering your book to the people who read your chapter. So
Thank
thank you so much for coming and speaking with me today. Thank you for being a part of our anthology with your trailblazing message.
Thank you.
Um,
And thank you for this opportunity and for being a part of such a great group of women and for this opportunity to bring our messages to the world. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.